Hi, my name is Caroline, and in my last video I talked about the level bolt with Amazon Echo. This is an invisible smart lock. It is inside my deadbolt here. If you missed that video, I will link to it below. Now this video is an update video to that video. I'm going to tell you the 5 things I learned about level bolt in the last month. I'm going to answer your questions that you left in the comments field in that last video, and I'm going to give you my #1 tip if you decided to purchase a level bolt. Now let's get started. #1, the default way that your level bolt wants to interact with your phone is through a Bluetooth connection. Now, if you watched my original video, you saw that I immediately set it up for Amazon Sidewalk. Now, you have 3 choices of how you want to connect your level bolt to your phone. If you don't do anything, is going to be Bluetooth. That means that you need to be within a 30-foot range or so of your level bolt with your phone in order for you to control the device. That means that if you are away from home, if you are outside the Bluetooth range, you will not be able to control your level lock. Thus, I set it up with Amazon Sidewalk. I believe, I'm not 100% sure about this, but I believe to set up Amazon Sidewalk, you do have to have an Echo device in order for that to work. If I'm wrong, just let me know in the comments below. Now, I do want to note I did not set it up with Apple HomeKit in that initial video. Why did I do that? Well, that's because I don't have an Apple HomeKit. Apple HomeKit requires that you have to have an Apple Hub or an Apple TV, neither of which device I own at this very moment. But you can set it up with Apple HomeKit without actually having an Apple HomeKit, but it works like you're in Bluetooth range. You have to be close enough to the lock for you to be able to lock and unlock your level bolt. Then it kind of turns into sort of like this kind of just Bluetooth thing, and it's not fun because once you walk away, once you're out of Bluetooth range, you can no longer lock and unlock your front door. The other thing I want to note about this Apple HomeKit thing or Amazon Sidewalk thing is that you can only have it on one of the 3 choices. So it can either work on Bluetooth, which it does with Amazon Sidewalk and HomeKit. You have to select from one of the 3 items on the list here, works with. So you can have Apple HomeKit, or you can have Amazon Sidewalk, or you can have Bluetooth. If you want both HomeKit and Sidewalk, at the time of this recording, you cannot have both. It's one or the other. I did hit this Apple HomeKit button, and it says lock and settings will be removed from the Ring app. So this kind of freaked me out a little bit because I don't have a Ring app, nor do I have a Ring doorbell or anything, so I wasn't quite sure what they were talking about at this time, but I did it, and then you can integrate with your Apple HomeKit. #2, there are multiple ways for you to give access to other people, but it always requires for them to download Level Home app onto their phone. Now, once they have this app on their phone, or they'll be prompted to download this app on their phone, you can give them access in multiple ways. Let's say you want to give access to a Caroline Dunn. You could search for people on your address book. Then you have to select their phone number or their email address. And generally speaking, your phone number is a mobile number. So they're going to send a text message if you choose phone number. If you choose email, they'll send an email saying Caroline gave you access to their home. So that's really cool. So once you choose that person and you want to give them access, you can give them access for a certain time, a certain day. You can be repeating, like let's say you have a cleaning lady, it can be every Tuesday from 9 to 10 in the morning, okay? So, or it can be just a one-time pass, or it can just really, the opportunities are endless. There's also a method where you give them a URL, and that URL they click on their phone. So it means you have to send them an email, or you have to send them a text message, or you are responsible for communicating that URL to them once they have that URL. So that's under passes. I'm gonna hit the plus sign, and you're gonna name the pass, and it says name it like birthday party or something. So let's just do that. I'm gonna hit continue. Then you have to say, all right, this is where I live. All right, I only have one. Continue, and then you can select the date and the time. So it is a limited date and time in which they would have access. So your birthday party is from now to this Saturday, and then it ends at 8:49 p.m. So starting from 5:49 p.m. today to 8:49 p.m. on Saturday, anybody with this link will have access. So then you hit continue, and it will give you a link, and you can copy that link, and then you have to send it out in your way. If you receive that link, it will prompt you to download the app. You do not have to create an account. It will just go straight into, hey, you can now unlock that door. So I think that was pretty cool. Now you can always delete it, so you don't have to wait for the time to pass. I'm gonna hit remove access. I'm gonna delete this pass and be done with it. Number 3. At the time of this recording, there is not a corresponding Level Home app that goes on my Apple Watch. If you want to unlock and lock the door with your Apple Watch, you can do so if you have an HomeKit. If you have an Apple HomeKit, you can unlock and lock the door with your watch. If you have a Home Assistant home and you have your lock as a HomeKit device, then it would be one of the accessories, and you would be able to lock and unlock your lock with your watch through the Home Assistant app. I did temporarily try this out. I did set it up with Apple HomeKit, but I don't have a hub. Within Bluetooth range, I was able to unlock and lock the door with my watch through the Home Assistant app. Number 4, let's talk about auto unlock. So number 1, what is auto unlock? If I go into the settings, or the thing with the 3 lines and some dots, there's auto lock, auto unlock, sound, boost range, works with, calibrates. I'm gonna hit auto unlock. It means that you have to leave the perimeter. So there's like a 200-meter perimeter. So you have to leave through GPS. So you have to enable GPS on your level lock. You have to leave, then you have to re-enter the perimeter. And then when it comes into Bluetooth range, it should automatically unlock. For me, and maybe because I live in a condo or just my situation, it has worked for me exactly once out of probably about 20 times. Most of the time, what happens is nothing happens. The lock never unlocks at all. Twice out of the 20 times, after I came home and I was already in my home, the lock unlocked itself while I was in my home. So that was kind of creepy. It was just, hey, I'm home. I've locked the door already. I'm doing my stuff at home. Suddenly unlock. It might work for you. If it does work for you, please comment down below. Tell me about your experiences with this. And number 1, and this is also my top tip for you. If you decide to get a level bolt, back on the settings here, there is something called auto lock. I recommend turning on auto lock. You're in a big rush, you forgot to lock your door, you don't have to check your app to see if it locked or not. You leave, boom, it will automatically lock itself. Now I've mine set to like 30 minutes. These are your choices, anywhere from 30 seconds to 1 hour. You can set it. Now we're going on to questions that you left me in the last video. LY asked, trying to figure out what could be the scenario someone tries to call the Echo inside to unlock the front door. Now, honestly, I thought this was actually very useful. You have friends come over, they're on their way, but I've set the auto lock. I'm in my home, it's locked. And then they knock on the door, they're like, hey, Caroline, and I can recognize their voice, I know who they are. I'm like, yeah, I want to let them in. Instead of me getting up, and this is just me being lazy, I can just yell, Alexa, unlock the front door, and then it automatically unlocks itself without me having to get up. So that's the use case that I found for having a voice command to unlock my front door. Next question. Daniel asked, have you ever tried linking all of your IoT stuff with Home Assistant? No, I have not. And that's because I don't own a Apple TV or Apple Hub. That could change. I might start doing that in the future. Next question. John Chen asked, do you have a Ring doorbell? I followed your video and was able to enable Level Home on Alexa app. I linked my Level account, so it took less than 45 seconds to connect to my lock. Next, I went to devices, then locks, only to see the message, devices unresponsive. My research shows it would need a Ring doorbell in order to work with Alexa. Is that the case for you? I do not have a Ring doorbell, so I would say no, you don't need a Ring doorbell for this to work. I would recommend in your scenario either getting closer, taking your phone or your Amazon Echo, getting closer to the lock to see if you can get it responsive. If it's unresponsive, you need to power cycle your lock. Now, how would you power cycle your lock? You take out the battery. So like this, then the battery is in the little turn, and then that's the battery. So then I would take it out for a few seconds, then put it back in. I've only had to do this exactly once. It did help it. So that could solve your problems, perhaps. Or if you're just on the app and then nothing's happening, you can restart your app. And that is my follow-up video for Level Bolt. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye now.